Although COVID numbers in Alabama are trending down, new deaths are still being reported almost every day. And many people want to know, are these people dying of COVID-19 or with COVID-19? The Alabama Department of Health says a COVID-related death is more complicated than someone just dying and testing positive for COVID. A COVID death is reported if someone's death is a direct result of their illness from the virus, even if it's not immediate.
They had a poor outcome and then subsequently passed away within about a month or so of the time that they had that disease. But COVID was the inciting reason.
Every COVID death in Alabama is reviewed by the Alabama Department of Health before being reported.